And now for push knot. Carly's hair today, we prepped her with Jump Volume Mousse to create a lot of volume, and then Taffy Whip over to create these springy curls. When I blew it dry, I raked my hands through Carly's hair not to create any too smooth of the hair. When I wanted to create those curls, what I did was I started with push powder in at the root to create this nice volume so that I wouldn't disturb the curl later. And I made sure to use direction when I used my taper iron so that the hair would continue to flow the direction I want the hairstyle to go. And then all of the curls, when we curled them, we used Theory Firm just prior to the curling iron. So I'm going to turn Carly just around so we can get back to the back of the head. And my first section, I'm going to be working in diagonal sections from the bottom right to the top left. And I'm going to work with about 1-inch sections. I'm going to gently separate that hair. And very gently I'll clip the rest of this away. I want to be very careful not to disturb the curls. So the first section I'm going to take right in my hand, and I'm going to spray just lightly with Theory Firm in the direction I want it to go. And as I lay it across my hand, I'm just going to tie a simple knot, pulling it right through the center. I'm going to come right up behind with my index finger and just separate the hair in half on top. And then I'm going to take that tail and I'm going to slide it and push it right through the bottom. And then I want to make sure that I loosen up this knot just slightly and then shimmy it right up to the top. And then I will secure it with one pin just behind the knot. And I'm going to leave that tail hanging for later for detail. Our next knot is going to be done in just the same way. Again, working with about 1-inch sections. Very gently separating these curls so I don't disturb them. And when I create this next knot, I'm going to stack it right on top of the last one. So I'll just gently clip that away. And I'm going to, just with my fingers, so I still have a little bit of the texture left, I'm going to smooth that out. Give it a little spray with the Theory Firm. And again, how that knot works is just laying it across my hand, winding that right around with my index finger, pulling that tail through and creating my slip knot. Then I'm going to come up right through the back, make sure I get that nice and separated, and I'm going to take my tail and I'm going to flip the knot right through. So then I'm going to loosen up my knot just a bit so that I can shimmy it right up on top of the last knot. Now for variation, if I wanted to, I could stagger these knots and get a much softer look. But we're going to have some real fun with Carly's hair. So again, my next section, continuing in that same fashion, taking even sections about 1 inch wide. And then we're going to gently clip this hair away. And I'm going to continue to repeat this until I get to the top of the head and leaving this one little section last for finishing. So we're just completing our last knot before we do the final knot. So we'll get that one shimmied up there. Again, we're going to pin just underneath the back of the knot. And then before I go to the last knot, I want to show you how we have treated this head as a whole. So we made sure to continue these sections all the way around the head. And then for my final knot, whether I'm working 3 knots on the bottom or 7, I'm going to only complete this knot as far as the slip knot goes. I'm not going to slide it through the top like we did. And then I'm going to position this. I'll just turn it just slightly so we can roll that hair a little bit. And then I'm going to position this pin right behind that knot as well. And then to create a little magic, we're going to come through and start at the bottom, and I'm going to just pinch the end of the tail, and I'm going to slide the rest of those curls right up, and then I'm going to take the 2 tails and then I'll tuck them right behind the knot on the left side, and with 1 pin I'll just put that pin in there. And then we're going to continue to work this up the entire, just like a faux hawk would look. Tuck that right under there. We're going to have a lot of fun with this one in this studio. I can see lots of different looks going on. Just push up and then tuck that tail under. Can gather to the end, push right up. Start to move this hair around right where I want it to go before I start to spray with my Theory Firm spray. And I can even take my fingers, and for another fun little trick to get a little bit more height, we can take the push powder and sprinkle right on the hair where I want to work. And that's going to give it even more texture. And then I continue to take single strands and just slide them up and push them up for more texture. So whether I want this to be more subtle and fun, or if I really want to rock it out. We're going to finish with Theory Firm, just making sure to spray in the direction that I want the hair to go. And then to complete the style, we're going to go over it with just a few light puffs of Basu Shine Spray. Do you updo? I hope so now. I know that by preparing your hair with surface hair products and working with the natural cornstarches and sugars, your long hair is going to be fast, easy, and beautiful. Please join us across North America for one of our many updo classes.